What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new Little Nightmares 6 Nendoroid figure by Good Smile Company. I promise you this was not a coincidence. I was not planning to review Little Nightmares merchandise back to back. It just so happens that this arrived the exact same week I got the Band Presto 6 figure. So I figured I would just review them back to back since they are the same topic, especially before I move on to something else. But this was something I was interested in getting. Again, I do like Little Nightmares and I love Nendoroids. So once they announced this, I knew for sure I was definitely going to pick it up. And it's finally here, so I'm excited to get into it. So starting with the packaging, we do get an open window of 6 and then all of the accessories that the figure comes with. At the top we get the Little Nightmares and then the Max Factory logo up here. Here's a shot of the figure and then the product number here to the side. Here's the top of the box. There is the bottom. And then of course the sides we get some shots of the figure. So we got some pictures right there. And then along with the back of the box right here. So that is the packaging right there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging right here. So as you can see, I do have it on the display base, and that's only because this is going to be one of those figures where you are going to need that in order to have the figure to stand. And it's mainly because the feet is actually really small. I had this problem with like the Shantae Nendoroid that I review, where like the feet's going to be really small to support the entire figure. To really stand really, but also because for 6 this back portion right here, like this whole back part for the hoodie, because these are separate pieces, because you can't actually take off the front half and then like the face really. But this thing right here, I feel like more weight is happening to have 6 fall back, but the small feet doesn't help on top of that. So you are going to need this in order to have the figure to stand. Now the figure overall though doesn't really look too bad. There's not really a whole lot of paint going on with this figure. Like most of it is really just molded plastic. So like the entire raincoat is all plastic. I think most of the paint is really to the face and then the hair really. So let me actually zoom in because it's kind of cool seeing it far away, because you can see that it does make a whole shadow around the face. But then when I zoom in, you can see there's you get like a good shot of the hair, and of course you can't really see the eyes because of the hair, and then the hoodie's like making a shadow from that, but that is like some shading going on around there to make it look like that's like a shadow, and they did a pretty good job with that. And then of course the mouth, which is pretty neutral right there, but they did a pretty good job with the sculpt of the hair and then the shading going around the face really. And you can really see the entire face. I mean, I guess I'll just show that off if you really want to see. It's gonna be hopefully I can try to, okay, there you go. I think I actually got it this time. But the only reason why I'm finding this out is because when you get the figure out, there's going to be plastic around the face to protect it, so you have to like open it up in order to get all that plastic out. And I'm trying to see if I can, okay, there you go. So I just opened it up right here. So this is the back piece. Pop this off as so, and then as you can see, there it is. So it looks kind of creepy, but they did do a really good job with that. And then there's the hair piece right there, so it looks like this. So yeah, they did a really good job with that. Now looking at the raincoat here, it does look a bit plain. I think a wash would have definitely helped it bringing out a whole lot more. As you can see, there's not really a whole lot of details going on with the raincoat really. I mean, you can still see like the buttons, the pockets there, but you can tell like it just looks pretty plain at the same time. And there is like a different material with the body compared to like the head and then the arms. So the raincoat right here, you can see it is a soft plastic, as you can see, along with where like this line is. This is also pretty soft too, like a little bit. It's not too soft as like this part is, but this is like a little soft right here near like the front of the face, but everything else is like a hard plastic, like the arms really. But that's pretty much that. And then of course you have like the legs. You can see like the shorts underneath there, but yeah, the legs and then the hands, of course, because these have interchangeable parts. except for the face, or really the entire head, of course. There's no extra interchangeable head with 6, you know, which I can understand. But yeah, there's no interchangeable head with 6 if you wanted to know. Now for the accessories, so of course we have the, you know, the basic base and then the support arm for the figure. You do get these hands and then the legs, you know, that comes out of the package really when you get the figure. But the other accessories, you do get extra interchangeable arms. There's one where, like, you know, they're slightly bent for extra posing. There's a peg on one of the hands that you can use to hold the key, which is pretty nice. And you know, these hands that are on these arms are interchangeable, so you can like switch them around. And you know, speaking of the hands, there's one where it comes with the lighter, which is actually molded onto the hand, so you can't really, you know, take the lighter off or anything like that. It is molded on to the hand. And then you get like these extra pair of hands where they're just, you know, they're just open hands really. But you also get interchangeable legs. There's 2 pairs of these. There's one where it's slightly bent, but then there's one where it's like more bent this time. And then of course you have the gnome, which is cool. No articulation with this thing, you know, it's really just all in one solid piece. And then it comes with like a little base right there, which I think is actually just on the figure. And then of course you have the extra you know, ball hinge right there as well. And that's pretty much the accessories you get there for 6. Now I want to do the articulation next. I'm only doing this like last because there's something I want to talk about with the accessories that involves the articulation as well. So for the articulation, so of course you get a swivel to the head. You can have that turned all the way around. Of course you do get that ball hinge to the neck, so you can have 6 look up just about here and then down just about there. So that's cool. For the arms, you get a full rotation to the shoulders and no elbow joints, unfortunately, but you do get a swivel to the wrist right there. And then the legs, they're really just on a ball peg, so you can like move them around, forward about there, and then pretty much back just about there really, and then, you know, out to the side, pretty much that. Not a whole lot. Of course you can like, you know, rotate them, but not a whole lot going on there. It's kind of weird because when I move the legs, that, you know, that piece kind of shifts a little bit, as you can see. But yeah, they're really just on ball pegs for the legs, and whenever I move one, it moves the other one anyway. So that's pretty much the articulation for 6. However, for the interchangeable arms, this one right here, there's a swivel. So you do get a swivel from this arm, but you don't get one from like the arms on this figure, and then from these arms right here, as you can see. So nothing going on with that. And then of course nothing going on with the legs either. No knee joints, since they're molded to look like that really. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Good Smile Company Little Nightmares 6 Nendoroid figure by Max Factory. I think I said that right this time. I don't think I said the intro right at the beginning of this review. But overall, this 6 figure is pretty good. The sculpt they did for the hair under the hood looks fantastic. I like the shading on the face to make it come off as a shadow. That's cool. It is a bummer that it's not able to stand on its own without the support arm, but it's not a huge deal to me personally. I think if you love Little Nightmares, then you're gonna love this little figure in your collection. If you want to pick this up, it is still available on Good Smile Company's website along with Big Bad Toy Store. But let me know, what are your thoughts on this figure in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review, but until then, take care, my friends.